going to make things far, far worse. Thank you.
What caused unrest on our streets after Southport last year was us not being told the status of the attacker. That led to crazy conspiracy theories spreading online. You know, so look, you know, I've made it perfectly clear through this press conference, and George understands this absolutely as well. You know, we do understand and respect the contempt of court rules, but you know, I'm going to go back and quote just one more time Jonathan Hall KC, the independent reviewer of terrorism legislation, a watchdog over this area, you know, who said in the wake of Southport we should spell out the basic and sober facts. He also said that governments should stop hiding behind contempt of court rules. People need to be given reasonable truth. And you know, we might not like the truth, or we can accept the truth, but to have masses of speculation as to what might have happened makes things, I think, far worse than they otherwise would be. Claire Ellicott, Daily Mail.
Thank you. Could you just set out your views on whether trans women should be on female prison wards? And also, do you agree with Trump's deadline for Putin? And do you think Putin should abide by it? Thank you.
Well, I think Donald Trump believed that his negotiating skills would enable him to get Mr. Putin to the table and strike a reasonable deal. Since that time, Putin has showed how completely, wholly unreasonable he is in every single way. So we'll see what happens with those negotiations. Well, when it comes to trans women in prisons, you know, isn't it interesting that we run our country with people who become ministers, who generally have absolutely no idea of the subject matter that they're talking about? I've personally never worked in a prison, so I can't answer it, but I think you'll find that the answer that you'll get from somebody who has worked in prisons at the highest possible level is, I think basically it's about risk assessment, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we all know what the law is. I'm not going to go back over that yet again. But to my mind, everybody who is in prison deserves to be treated with humanity and decency. And that includes female prisoners, and it includes trans prisoners. You know, everything in the prison service is risk assessed. And I am sure that the prison service will tie itself up in knots over the trans issue, just like many other public sectors have. And as Nigel said earlier, you know, we are at the beginning, and that is something that we will need to speak about clearly.
Yeah, but in terms of the problems in prisons, it's a relatively small one.
Yes, it is.
Thank you. Tenny Diver, Telegraph.
Thank you. Ms Farage, Vanessa Fakes said that the UK should build US-style Supermax prisons. As I'm sure you know, they are the most expensive prisons to build and run, which is one of the reasons that we don't have them. Have you considered how we might afford to build and run them? Your costing document that you've released suggests costs of prison building that are far smaller than that. And is there a danger here that you're making a lot of promises to voters that you couldn't possibly afford to?
No. We laid out very clearly a plan. This is week 3 of the campaign. We laid out very clearly a plan. I was asked about the cost of that plan, to which I said, I think on the day, how can we afford not to do this? Now, the Supermax prisons, have we costed it? Have we thought it through? It's a debate. The point about this task force is we're starting a debate, and we'd rather like it to become a full public debate too.
Can I also say, I didn't say we should build Supermax prisons. I actually said a Supermax regime. There is a totally different thing. And converting part of our high security estate into a Supermax wing would be relatively easy.
Very good. Thank you very much indeed. Aubrey Allegretti from The Times.
Thank you. Hello. Sorry, hovering in the corner here. It's standing room only. Aubrey Allegretti from The Times. Can I just press you a little bit further on Natasha's question? She was asking whether police forces should be obliged to publish the details of people who've been arrested and charged. I think you were basically suggesting that you thought that was right, but can I just get your confirmation that you definitely think?
Yes, I absolutely think that they should, and I think, particularly given there's a pretty febrile atmosphere around these areas, particularly sexual assaults and rapes, you know, where the temperature on this debate has risen significantly, yes, I do believe they should.
Thank you for that clarity. Can I just ask one more as well?
Go on then.
Thank you. You said that you wanted to